You and your shortcuts.
And we have run out of road, haven't we? Gora's castle's supposed to be on the north side of the lake.
So we must be on the south side.
Maybe that turnout back there in the woods will take us there.
Toubo.
What? You see what I see?
Well, I see it, but I don't believe it.
Oh, there ain't no such animal.
Help! Help!
Oh, whatever it is, it talks.
Help! Somebody is drowning! Help! 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 I cannot swim! Help!
Father, he's coming! Set him in front of the fireplace, mister.
Where'd I put these, ma'am?
Oh, just set it anywhere. If it wasn't so wet, I'd like to burn it.
It would have been a different story if my inner tube hadn't punctured at the wrong moment.
It would have been a different story, all right, if these two gentlemen hadn't come along when they did. How can I thank you?
Well, you can tell us who you are. I'm Tim Kelly, and this
Toubo
is...
Smith.
Pleased to meet you. My name is Deirdre Randall. I work up at the castle. My father here's caretaker for Sir Angus McGora.
Angus McGora? Well, that's who we've come to see.
You're not more of them bill collectors, are you?
Father.
It isn't a secret, lass. Everybody knows the situation. If your creditors, you've wasted your trip. Already too many have been here before you.
Please don't make it any harder on Sir Angus McGora than it already is. He's very sick and very old.
If the daft inner tube hadn't burst, maybe Angus would have seen the monster. They would have given him new hopes or a new lease on life. I'll have to try it again.
No, Father, I won't permit it.
Well, it'll ease your minds, Annie. We're not creditors.
Oh, thank heaven for that.
Now, would you mind telling us why you're going to start a monster hoax?
Oh, it isn't exactly a hoax, sir. There is a real monster of the lake, only he hasn't been showing himself too much of late.
200 years, to be exact.
Which is long enough for the Magora fortunes to slide a wee bit. You see, according to the old legend...
They don't want to hear the story of the legend, Father. Just put the whole thing down as a misguided attempt to humor an old man. You see, Sir Angus McGora believes in the monster. He would like to see it before he dies.
I think Toubo and I understand.
Well, if there is a next time, get yourself a new inner tube. Or somebody to play the monster that can swim.
There won't be a next time. That will be Evan McGora. Just a moment, please. He's Angus McGora's nephew.
And he's no good.
Mind your manners, Father. I have to go back to the castle now. Excuse me, please. And thank you very much.
What took you so long?
Sorry to have kept you waiting, Mr. McGora.
Call me Evan.
Please take me to the castle, Mr. McGora.
Sure.
You gentlemen will probably find it hard to believe in the existence of a strange and unnatural beastie that lives in a lake.
Toubo and I have seen our share of queer creatures, Mr. Randall. We've yet to see a monster.
And to think that Sir Angus might have to sell out to his mortal enemy, Douglas Adorn.
You mean he's thinking of selling the castle?
And the lake, and everything he has, lock, stock, and barrel, for debts he cannot pay.
Well, before that happens, we'll get up to that castle and talk to Sir Angus.
You ain't just kidding, Tim boy, or we'd have made this trip for nothing.
Whatever you have in mind, gentlemen, I hope it'll help Sir Angus save the castle.
It might just do that. Let's go, Toubo.
Come in.
The two Americans are here, Sir Angus.
Show them in, lass. Mr. Kelly and Mr. Smith, welcome to Gora Castle.
Sir Angus?
They wrote me from New York to expect you here. But I'm afraid you had your trip for nothing. Much as I'd like to think otherwise, there are no Boswell papers in Castle Gora.
We'd still like to have your permission to make a search, Sir Angus.
No telling where old manuscripts and letters are liable to show up.
A discovery could mean a lot of money for you.
And I could use it, that's for certain, gentlemen. But I'm afraid you'd only be wasting your time here.
How can you be so sure, Sir Angus? Why don't you let Toubo and me look for them?
For the simple reason there'd be no point to it. A thorough search of the castle has already been made. Uncle, the papers this publishing firm are interested in were written by James Boswell sometime during the 1770s, while he was allegedly spending some time at a Scottish castle. Unfortunately for us, the castle was not this one.
That's not the information we have.
Some letters have turned up written by Boswell while he was staying here. And in them, he mentions the beautiful Lake Gora, the ancient and almost traditional family feud between the McGoras and the Durns. He even mentions the legend of the monster.
You hear that, Evan?
Don't get your hopes up, Uncle. A single day's visit to Gora Castle could account for those letters.
It'll cost you nothing for us to make an additional search.
It would be an unnecessary invasion of privacy, with no possible gain or benefit to be derived from it. I assure you, gentlemen, I have made as complete a search as is possible. The Boswell manuscripts you are looking for are not here.
You'd better go now, gentlemen.
We can't give up this easily.
Come to the cottage tonight and maybe we can think of something. Please.
It's no use, Evan. Get word to Douglas Durn to come to the castle. I'll sign over the deeds at his own terms.
But why, Uncle? Why not leave Gora Castle to me and let me handle everything?
I'd only be leaving you a lot of bad debts, Evan.
But to sell out to a Durn.
Maybe it's time that the House of Durn took over.
Right after that, he had an attack. and Evan sent for the doctor.
Ugh, he'll not last out the night.
He's still insisting on meeting with Dorn tonight to sign everything away. It's like surrendering to an enemy.
I'm not hungry.
Please, Father, excuse me.
Don't mind us.
You're not going to try that again, Father.
'Tis little enough, lass, if 'twill give him back some of his lost faith.
I'll not stand for it.
Deirdre, open the door. Can you come to the castle right away? Uncle is asking for you.
I'll get my wrap. Please forgive me.
We understand.
Do either of you gentlemen know aught about making a rubber patch?
You call it.
Heads.
Looks like you're the monster.
Just call me Old Harry.
Do you see it, lass? Do you see it?
Aye, Sir Angus, I see it.
It's come back. We're not finished yet.
Oh, you did a grand job, Mr. Kelly. It was very convincing.
Well, I sure hope that Sir Angus saw it. It looked so real I was getting ready to run.
You know who he is?
It's Mr. Dorn. It got him. The monster got him. It's come back. It's really come back.
It's Dorn. What happened to him?
Well, your guess is as good as mine. He's still alive. Toubo, will give you a hand with him, will you? We'll get him back at the cottage.
I've given him something to keep him quiet. I'll be back first thing in the morning with an ambulance to move him to the hospital.
What could have caused those wounds, Doctor?
I've never seen anything like it. The lacerations suggest the claws of a beast, but a beast of incredible size and strength. There are rows of deep punctures along the back of the neck and arms which suggest the fangs of a huge animal, but certainly no animal of my experience.
You're right there, Doctor. 'Twas no natural animal that attacked Douglas Dorn tonight.
We found Dorn's car parked near the lake. Evidently, he was on his way to the castle when he stopped and got out for some reason. How is he?
He has a 50-50 chance of pulling through this, Mr. Gora. If he gets restless, give him one of these with water.
I'll drive you back to town.
Shall I notify the police?
Might be a good idea.
The police? What's the police got to do with this? Dorn's had an accident, that's all.
It's a very unusual accident, I'd say. Did you find anything out there?
No, it's too dark to see. We'll have to wait till morning to find tracks.
You'll not find any tracks, man. You can be sure of that.
What do you think, Tim?
Well, I think that whatever attacked Dorn is still at large and may attack again at any minute.
Why can't we find any tracks?
Oh, it's crazy ground, Toubo. Springy turf, moss. Doesn't hold imprint very long.
Yeah. Neither does water. You know you were out there swimming alone last night?
Well, I think Fergus's old Howie would have scared off any other monster. Hey.
What?
This paper that Fergus used when he made this.
And there's writing on it.
Yeah, that...
Hey, here's more of the same.
That heavy shellac has preserved it perfectly.
Here's a name.
James Boswell. Toubo, we were right all along.
As I recollect, gentlemen, I took them from an old chest somewhere down here among these old things. I only used a wee part of the papers, Mr. Kelly. Oh, don't worry, the chest is almost full now.
This may be one of the biggest finds yet.
Well, I had no idea of their value, gentlemen, or I would never have used them for Old Harry.
That's a good thing you did. We wouldn't have known where they were.
Hey, here it is. Let's get it open. That's strange. This chest was full of those papers only a week ago.
I wonder.
You thinking the same thing I am?
Our friend Evan, the Boswell expert.
Who else?
Would he rob his own uncle?
He'd rob his aunt?
Maybe we can find out where he's taking them. Where's that path go?
There's a small greenhouse just ahead. It isn't used much now.
You think Evans used this trail?
Well, something used it.
The tracks of the monster.
Does that look like you, Toubo?
Same as it does to you.
Tiger track. That's impossible.
Yeah. What's a tiger doing in Scotland?
Well, a man-eater's a man-eater in any country. Never mind how I got here. Hey, you! Who was that?
Never saw him before.
Maybe he knows something about these crazy tracks.
Go back to the castle. Tell everyone there's a man-eating tiger loose. You follow him. I'll see if I can head him off. High-powered rifle. Heavy enough to stop a tiger.
And the tracks of the monster are as large as that, Constable. And the claws are easily that long. Oh, there's no doubt 'tis the monster of the lake.
You might as well make up your mind to face the fact that there is a monster of Loch Gora, Constable. Both the lass here and myself saw it with our own eyes last night, swimming in the moonlight out there on the water.
You saw it, miss?
That's right, Constable. Both Sir Angus and I saw a strange and weird-looking creature out there on the lake. But I'm certain it wasn't the same one that attacked Mr. Dorn.
Of course it was. What else would it have come back for?
For the sake of the record, let's assume that it was something other than a legendary monster that attacked Mr. Dorn, Sir Angus.
Man, will you not face the facts? The monster of Loch Gora has come back again. And no Dorn is safe hereabouts.
Nor is anyone else. That Enfield in the trophy room, Sir Angus. May we borrow it?
Aye.
You better get it. Are you armed, Constable? Well, that's not going to be much use to us. You better stay indoors with everyone else.
Would you mind telling me why?
What is all this about?
Didn't Fergus tell you about the tiger that's loose outdoors?
No, I didn't.
And why not?
Because it isn't true. There are no tigers in Scotland.
Of course there aren't. Why seek a preposterous explanation when a perfectly simple one is at hand?
Well, tiger or monster, Sir Angus, nobody's safe outdoors until we catch up with it.
You'll not be able to stop him with any earthly weapon, man.
Well, we can try.
All set, Tim.
Now remember, everybody stay indoors.
Help! Help! Tiger. Escaped from my circus. Man-eater. Should have told the authorities. Didn't want any trouble. Thought I could stop him.
Well, he can't be far. See what you can do to help him.
You be careful, Tim.
Now, take it easy. You're going to be all right. I'll get you to a doctor.
Papers.
Never mind those. It makes Sir Angus a fine going-away present.
You and your shortcuts. Now, don't get excited. I got you into this, and I'm just the boy to get you out of it. Okay. Hey, Tim. What? Never mind. Let's get out of here. Come on.